Hey everybody, it's middle of January, so I thought I'd do a layout update. I got a little bit done. I have mostly been working under the layout and upstairs on my bench building a couple kits, but I'll show you the couple things that I did do down here. As you can see, I got the level crossing boards installed. These are Osborn model kits. It's painted laser cut wood. They look pretty sweet. I made sure at first I had put the leveling kit in that it comes with, and that was too high. It was causing me all sorts of problems. When the locomotives were traveling over the rails, there was some high points and causing it to lose contact with the rail and then a short. So I ripped all those out and just installed them flat against the ties, and now I don't have any more problems. Rolls over there nice and it looks good. You can see I painted the asphalt for the road and the parking lot. Turned out a little darker than I thought it was, but I think it looks okay. And I've started chewing into the foam here down about 2 inches. I'm gonna attempt to do like a marsh pond type thing with some cattails and ducks and grass and stuff. There's just kind of an empty space there in a weird shape, so I thought I'd dig it out and give the layout some more depth. So you can see there, I kept going with it. It's about 1 inch here. And I'm going to kind of install like a culvert type thing here under the road. So kind of a track work thing that I've been working on is electrically isolating these 6-yard tracks from the start of the switch point back. So there's going to be isolations here. So I've been working on this. You can see I've cut some of them with my Dremel. You can see there, those first 3 are cut, and then the feeders are just to the right of that. You can see about 1 inch further, there's track feeders there. So those are going to go under the layout. Special feeders about 3 feet long, and they will come to a switch panel right there. I'll show you what it looks like. It's going to look like this. One of them's out in the garage, but there's 6. And they just have little green LEDs on them, and yeah, there's not much to it. Just rail A, rail B, and then the power for the LEDs. So this is just rough. I'm just working on this. As you can see, it's not having trouble getting some of these to fit, but it's coming along, and that's what I'm working on right now. It's gonna go right here. You can see the wires hanging down there. There's 6 sets of feeder wires, and then there's my pencil outline where that switch, the recessed switch spot is going to be. And just like that, it's cut out. I'll show you one thing that comes in really handy. This is a Feint Saw. This thing is awesome for doing work like that where you just got to cut right into something. Vibratory, and you can change the angle of the blade and everything. I highly recommend one of these. I've used this thing many times, model railroading, whether it be for sanding or cutting or whatever. The only thing is, model railroaders, old or young, wear hearing protection and safety glasses if you're going to use this thing, because it is loud as hell. I'll show you a little bit closer. Pretty much just like that. It'll be over a bit. So that's everything I'm working on down here. Let's go upstairs to my desk and I'll show you what I got going on upstairs. Okay, so we're up here in my office, and on my desk, you're probably wondering, what is this Rio Grande SD40T-2 doing here? Because it's kind of a bizarre road name to have on my layout, and I will tell you why. The SD40T-2 frame becomes a CN SD60F. I just got the frame done today, finished milling it out in the garage. It's pretty sweet, eh? I think it looks really good. Those are Details West MU cables and or MU hoses, and the train line hoses from Details West as well. Pretty sweet. It's coming together really well. There was a lot of milling to be done on the frame. So first of all, Athearn makes the frames out of some sort of white metal or like a Babbitt type stuff, which is very hard to grind. I was using my angle grinder and it totally destroyed one of my discs just doing this little bit here on this engine. So at the front you can see I took about probably 5/8 of an inch off and then ground out this quite a bit bigger to allow for the 60F coupler boxes to fit through there. Then I also had to grind these battery boxes down, and that was a big chunk of white metal to take out too, and I used my Feint Saw for that in a metal blade. It actually went pretty good. It works better than trying to use the angle grinder. And on the back you can see I took off another 5/8 of an inch there and then gapped it here to allow the coupler boxes to fit. And the worst thing with this stuff is it doesn't grind like typical metal. It kind of spreads like almost like a resin or something once you get going on it, and it just heats up and then just starts melting all over your blade. So it's brutal stuff to grind. I'm glad that part of building this kit is over with. So I would say this one is about 60% complete. I've got all the pieces done, like everything's drilled and attached. The little eye loops, I don't know if you can see those on the top. There's a ton of little details like that. Those lifting eye loops. Come on. There you can see them. And the screens, and I counted 71 holes in all drilled into this shell and the pilots. So that one's about 60% complete. All I got to do after this is just secure it to the frame, and then it's ready for paint. There's a few handrails to put on the front here. One set of handrails and one on the back too, and then it'll be ready to go to paint. And then the other one I've got two I'm building. So the other one is all I've done is cut the sprues off and drilled the holes in it. And the other thing I picked up was a KATO C44-9W, and this is something I'm going to work on in the future. I don't know how long these SD60Fs are going to take me to finish, but this is going to become a CN C44-9WL with a cab from Kaslo. He doesn't have any right now, but he said in January or February he'll be making some more, so hopefully by summer maybe I'll be working on this. I'm going to do two of them just like I did with the 60Fs, so that's something coming up in the future on my layout too. Thanks for watching, everybody, and stay tuned.